Do you feel like you could use another hand when you're making jewelry? A tabletop swivel vise with rubber jaws can help. This great little portable vise can clamp to a table edge up to 2 inches thick, and you can position it at a wide array of angles depending on what you are trying to achieve. I recommend it for making jewelry at home because it's lightweight, easy to move, inexpensive, and it saves your hands from the fatigue of holding your jewelry parts while you're working on them. Hi, I'm Jen Hanscom of Jewelry Classes with Jen, your online source for learning how to make quality, consistent jewelry right from home. In this video, I show you how to set up and use your tabletop swivel vise with a rubber jaw, and I even help you avoid a few issues my students have come across over the years. So let's begin.
Okay, so here's the vise. When you get it, it's not quite as straight as this. They've got it configured in the box so that it can fit into a small box, and so usually this bolt right here, I need to loosen it, which is, remember, righty is tighty, so lefty is loosey. You want to loosen that. And so when it comes in the package, it's probably folded up something along that line. And so you just loosening up that ball joint, hold the whole thing so it's upside down, and then that way you can then tighten this. Righty is tighty. And then you've got this other mechanism here, and so the space in between here and here, this is what's going to clamp onto your table. And so you can see it's got a nice rubberized surface. This side is not as protected, so it just depends on what you're going to attach it to, whether or not you care about the surface. You could, stick silicone mats, cut it silicone mat or something down in between if you were really trying to preserve the surface that you're clamping this to. But what happens is that you open this up enough so that you can slip that onto the edge of your surface, and then you just reach underneath. Now, here's one of the tricks. When both this joint and this screw, when they're on the table, they're then upside down. So that means that when it's upside down, lefty is not loosey, lefty is tighty. So counterclockwise is how you want to spin that to tighten it onto the table. Likewise, if you want to tighten the joint here that's holding the ball so that it can position, then you would turn it counterclockwise or lefty. If you want to loosen that, you turn it righty. The reason for this is because they're upside down, and so you see, once you loosen that, you can literally go totally perpendicular to grasp something, or if you have some kind of funky angle that you want to do, but you've got a lot of flexibility here. And so for my little demonstration here, I'm just going to situate it so that it's pretty straight. And so again, counterclockwise is how you tighten it. That's the mistake that most of my students make. And if you just keep spinning and it's getting looser and looser, well, eventually that falls off, and then you've got to find the parts and put it back together. But so this part here is what opens and closes the vise. Now, sometimes this part here, you can see this move side to side so that you could leave it there and spin it. Sometimes they're loose, sometimes they're stiff. It breaks in after a little while. These are not super heavy duty vices. What this vise is really great for is just that at-home use that's portable, flexible. It's basically giving you something to hold your piece stable while you're working. So initially, I happen to be a big fan of weaving wire, and so I use this vise to weave wire. However, you can see when I've got that handle there, it actually hits the wire. So then you have to kind of spin and push, spin, push. And so as I say, if that is a little bit stiff at first, it tends to break in the more that you use it. but you can see I've got my little wire weave here, and so that would be why that has that flexibility, which is very helpful. And then I would be free to go ahead and start weaving my wire. Oh, that's a little pup in the bottom. Hi, Shaggy. And so this is why I initially got one of these vises, and I really love it for this. It makes it so that I can weave, anywhere really. I've set it up at my coffee table in my living room. I've set it up on my patio table. It works out great. And so then I can just loosen. But that's not the only reason these vises are great. If you're working on a lot of pieces, say like this blank here. This is a nice earring blank. And so if I put this in here, then it's going to hold my piece steady so that I've got both hands free to work on something. So I can easily file those long sides. I've got this whole hand is free. I'm not like cramping my hand trying to hold it tight. The piece is very stable, so there's no worry about not making any good progress while I'm filing, so that works out well. And you can position so that you can round your corners as well. And then you just couple quick turns and you can adjust your position so that you can get the next edge and so forth. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But not only that, you'll want to sign up for my emails as well. I consistently send out gems of knowledge about the art of making jewelry. I love to share my tips and tricks about how to craft with quality. The tidbits they skip over in the magazines that help you improve your craftsmanship. Sign up for our emails today. In your first email, you'll get my free guide, How to Create Consistent Components with Ease Using Measuring Charts. This guide explains how I use measuring charts to craft consistent jewelry components, much like a seamstress uses a pattern to make clothing. When you combine the use of measuring charts with solid forming fundamentals, you too will be crafting consistent quality components. Go to jewelryclasseswithjen.com/free-guide to sign up. You can find the link below in my description. I truly look forward to sharing the art of making jewelry with you, and you'll love being a part of our jewelry making community.